Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? And the people not be afraid. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Dreams.
Dreams.
American dreams.
Dreams.
Shalom, family. Welcome to Shattered Paradigm.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
It's time to gird up. Get focused. Reinforce that hedge of protection. All hands on deck. 'Cause here we go again. The Luciferian ruling class, the Blue Bloods, have reached into their old Illuminati bag of tricks and pulled out one of their favorite go-tos, the red and blue spellcasting. And so it's divide and conquer season for the so-called aristocratic blue blood families.
If you were born blue bloods like your husband,
Flinging up skyscrapers, his wife's a proper blue blood. I'll give you a clue.
Darius, we can't keep the princess waiting. Blue blood, you know.
Why do we keep referring to something like blue blood? Human blood is actually red. Usually, we use this term specifically to address a member of a wealthy, upper-class family or ancestry. But why exactly blue blood?
They're red and blue. Republicans and Democrats, Bloods and Crips, all fall under the spiritual jurisdiction and dominion of the Red Dragon and the so-called blue blood families with their mysterious lineage who currently control this world.
England's blue bloods. England's blue bloods.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
This last so-called Super Bowl Sunday was a ceremonial display of esoteric dualism, the Hegelian dialectic, and the invocation of the primordial fire and ice elemental spirits.
Blue, symbolizing the cold, calculated intellect of man, versus red, representing the fiery, ferocious instinct of beast. The halftime show might as well have been titled The Great Set Trip.
Can y'all make some noise for my man Snoop Dogg? Come on, louder, y'all, louder!
12 minutes of gang-banging, crip-walking, and khakis and chucks, throwing up real hoods and gang signs while antagonizing those on the other side who have an affinity for the scarlet rag.
This comes just days after Snoop and his shadowy corporate masters purchased Death Row Records in an effort to great reset the infamous label.
Before he heads to the Super Bowl halftime show, Snoop Dogg makes a big business deal.
Big music news for you today. Snoop Dogg, who became a star back in the 1990s on Death Row Records, just bought the label.
I do want to talk to you about one deal that, you tell me what this deal is.
What?
Well, look.
Oh, Blackstone. Okay, right. I own a thin sliver of Blackstone on your screen now. It's down 2%. But they sold, what, Snoop Dogg's music or something?
I just really wanted to hear you say Snoop Dogg, to be honest. Yeah, so Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records. Have you heard of Death Row Records?
Absolutely, I have.
So Dr. Dre,
of course.
Dr. Dre, of course, and also where Snoop Dogg started his career, and Tupac. So it's interesting that you have Snoop Dogg buying Death Row Records. I didn't know that Blackstone actually owned Death Row Records.
Blackstone's owned everything.
So they own MRNK Entertainment, which owns Death Row Records, and that's why they were able to sell it, which I thought was a very eclectic portfolio that Blackstone has.
That's for sure. The range of stuff that Blackstone owns and runs.
England's blue bloods. England's blue bloods.
American dreams.
Dreams. Dreams.
American dreams.
Dreams.
The New World Order even went as far as to utilize one of the top spokespersons for their transhumanism agenda, Sophia, to promote a whole new generation of Crippen.
I just got in LA for the Super Bowl weekend. The vibe is different from Miami. I hear music everywhere I go, and I love singing along to it. Many people are telling me about this new song by Fabio Foreign, Kanye, and Alicia Keys, City of Gods. It just dropped. I really love Alicia Keys' voice, and I think Kanye and Fabio are so talented. I think you guys should check it out. This new song by Fabio Foreign.
Sophia and the SoFi Stadium are promoting Fabio Foreign, an East Coast Crip and purveyor of the mainstream music industry's newest form of murder music, drill. We must remember Sophia is the creator goddess of the Gnostics.
The Gnostics revered a female deity by the name of Sophia. Sophia is a feminine goddess who the Gnostics believed began as an energetic field emerging from the center of the galaxy. Sophia makes the great sacrifice of being a universal field of energy, and she descends into the cosmos to begin a transformation into the earth. Sophia began her transformation in Gnostic mythology. It was said that Sophia was of a certain quality of energy that serves the All. The All, with all capital letters, is the original primary unity. And the All with lowercase letters is the creation of the universe in which everything comes out as separate parts.
We wanted to create the entertainment mecca and the entertainment capital of the world. A place that would amplify the senses, something so much more than an NFL building, all come together to create this symphony of energy.
It's kind of space-like, alien, crazy, new age. I love it.
Yeah, we wanted the experience of going down into the stadium to be something really, truly unique.
SoFi or Sophie is derived from the Gnostic goddess Sophia. So when Pepsi, whose logo epitomizes red and blue dualism, teams up with SoFi Stadium and Sophia the robot, it is clear to see that the controllers are invoking their so-called mother goddess to birth twins, one of fire and one of ice.
They want Republicans and Democrats even more polarized, further widening the political divide between red states and blue states. And when it comes to street politics, they'll do anything to sprinkle a little new salt in the old proverbial wounds of decades of turf wars and tens of thousands of dead youths. One listen and it's clear, Fabio Foreign is that new salt in the wound. He's been anointed by the unholy spirits and is next up to push the cold blue side of the fire and ice spell to the next generation. But very few drill rappers stay alive long enough to accomplish anything. After all, this is not the 80s and 90s, where a handful of rappers die every decade. This is the 2020s, the season of judgment, where death is almost an everyday occurrence in hip-hop.
The New World Order swings the pendulum from left to right, red to blue, every 4 to 8 years. You had the Snoop and Dogg Pound era, then the Sue Whoop era kicked off with The Game, Lil Wayne, and a whole host of others with the red bandana. And now it looks like they're swinging the pendulum back to blue.
But it is not the Bloods and the Crips that control this industry. The real red and blue gang who wields actual power are the Blue Bloods worldwide. Fabio Foreign is not brought to us by the hood, but by multinational corporate conglomerations, Columbia Records and Sony Music Entertainment.
This new song by Fabio Foreign.
Everything from the image, the videos, to the melodic melodies and beats are meticulously and methodically crafted. Engineered by a machine, a staff of scientists and sorcerers. We speak more about the overall agenda in our latest long-form presentation, Devil's Playground, Babylon's Last Distraction.
They already told you last year that football's gay.
Football is gay.
What more do you need, man? My goodness.
As usual, the Super Bowl's overpriced multi-million-dollar commercials conjured the carnivorous capitalist that lies deep within the hearts of the American consumer. And the subliminal witchcraft was very thinly veiled this year, not only promoting the transhumanism AI animal hybrid agenda, but preconditioning the collective subconscious of the public to go along with the nether part of their plan.
Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law.
They're obviously promoting the lawless, do-without-willed spirit, while subconsciously reassuring the audience that liquid death being introduced into your body and bloodstream is as harmless as water. I wonder what liquid death could represent these days.
The A's and its fans are mourning the loss of a well-known former player. Jeremy Giambi has died unexpectedly. That's according to his agent. Ground Force Sports reporter Kylan Mills joins us from the newsroom with what we know. And Kylan, he was young.
Yeah, Ken, he was really young. His agent Joel Wolf announced this afternoon that Jeremy Giambi died at just 47 years old. Right now, there's no information about the possible cause of death.
A father in the south suburbs is in mourning. His 17-year-old son was on the court playing for his Midlothian high school team when he collapsed during a game last week.
I'm definitely hurt. I'm going to be hurt forever.
It's a pain Terry Wheatley has never had to endure. His middle child, 17-year-old Cameron Wheatley, suddenly died. Wheatley says his son has been playing basketball since he was 8 years old and has never had any medical conditions. Wheatley says the autopsy report doesn't give an indication why his son suddenly died.
No medical issues, completely healthy kid. All his records, shot records and all those things up to date, nothing. He had nothing.
2, 1, and go.
For a lot of people, it's a family.
Chin off your chest.
One where Katie Novak was a beloved member.
But if somebody was having a bad day or, they didn't feel safe, they could come here and feel safe.
All the more reason
She was a part of making them feel that way.
her sudden death leaves such a large hole, her desk empty.
When I went to check on her, she just didn't wake up.
Chris Keeker is Katie's friend who said she had some heart conditions and a possible second bout with COVID.
She was vaccinated and she had it early on before vaccinations.
Nobody ever suggested that there was anything that was, on the edge of being wrong.
A young Valley woman with a promising future dies unexpectedly.
Sharon Burhay died unexpectedly Monday at 28 years old after a pulmonary embolism.
U.S. life insurance companies have reported an overwhelming and unexplainable increase in all-cause deaths among 18 to 49-year-olds. Along with that, there's also been an increase in certain medical diagnoses, such as miscarriages and Bell's palsy. Here to give us her take on the new data and what she believes could be causing the rise in numbers is emergency medicine and disaster specialist Dr. Kelly Victory. Dr. Victory, good morning. Great to talk to you as always.
Good morning, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we want to make sure that anytime we talk, we want to make sure the information that we have is accurate. So let's start this interview by telling us, I've seen your correspondence here, what is the source of the information that you're about to present?
Well, this information became available to me or on my radar last week following a hearing with Senator Ron Johnson, who was looking at sort of what he calls a second opinion on the entire response to the COVID pandemic. The medical data was released by 3 career military physicians who got the information from the military database that collects what we call ICD codes, which are the diagnosis codes. And these physicians had a feeling, they believed based on their own observation, that they were seeing a significant uptick in certain conditions. So they actually went back and culled the database from the military on certain conditions over a 5-year period from 2016 through 2020, notably containing 1 year, 2020, of the full-blown pandemic. So they looked at 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20 at the prevalence of certain conditions, including things like heart attack, blood clots to the lung, miscarriages, those sorts of things. And they compared it to the incidence of those same things in the calendar year 2021 and saw an alarming increase in certain things. For example, they saw a 270% increase in myocardial infarction in 2021, a 300% increase in incidence of Bell's palsy and of certain neurologic complaints, a 470% increase in pulmonary embolisms, blood clots to the lungs, and many, many other huge increases that they found alarming. Now, no one is saying with any certainty, Jason, what is causing this, but we certainly would be remiss as scientists if we didn't look at that and say, there is something going on. What happened in 2021 that was so different from the previous 5-year average that would cause this massive increase in certain medical conditions?
So the source of the information is several U.S. life insurance companies that have been reporting this, correct? And these 3 career physicians that you referred to.
Well, yes, they are separate groups of data, Jason. The previous study from the U.S. life insurance companies, many of them were reporting a 40% increase in deaths from all causes in the 18 to 49-year-old group. They know that because these are life insurance companies that provide group life insurance policies to employers. So these are working age individuals with a 40% increase in all-cause deaths. That was a different report from this bombshell that came out last week from, as I said, 3 career military physicians who are culling a military database. So they are 2 groups of data that show, again, an alarm that something is going on. And the question is what? What has changed in calendar year 2021 that is causing, number one, an increase in all-cause deaths, as reported by the life insurance companies, and an increase in certain medical conditions, such as heart attacks, blood clots to the lungs, congenital malformations of children born that year, female infertility, and those sorts of things.
See, the Super Bowl and the Olympics are just witchcraft-filled bread and circuses made to distract you from what's really going on. In closing, we must pray that we be granted the spiritual discernment and Holy Spirit inspired vigilance so that we will be able to see things as they truly are and not just as they appear to be.
The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Somebody's gonna have to tell the truth. Tell the truth. He controls all the newspapers and the televisions.
The script is written. All the actors are in place. They have rehearsed their lines. They know their role and will not break character. The whole world is a stage. But who or what is truly behind the curtain? The true many-faced God, the God of theater, has now cloaked and hidden himself beneath his most deceptive disguise ever.
No eye shall see me.
Using mask and clever impersonation, peering through one eye, this elusive phantom of the opera has fooled the world and deceived many into poisoning themselves with an ornament of death.
You gotta know the truth, because the truth will set you free.
Disguiseth his face.
But we see right through the facade.
Because your number is up.
And we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Israel. Through his power, we have unmasked the deception. We've caught him red-handed.
Break these delusions. Break these delusions.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.
Shalom family, we want to take a moment to share a little bit about our latest video project, It Has a Face 3. As many of you may know, about 2 years ago, all of our channels were completely demonetized, so we created our very own website and started a Patreon, and these platforms have been a huge help. So even though YouTube has shadow banned, censored, and even deleted some of our content, the Most High has used our supporters to keep us in the fight. So our new presentation, It Has a Face 3 Posthuman, is the third installment in our It Has a Face series, and we believe this is the most powerful information we have ever uncovered. It's an hour and 28 minutes of uncensored, unfiltered, spiritually challenging information, so we strongly suggest to pray before watching for those who decide to support our ministry and watch our new presentation. Spiritual discernment is key. Again, thank you to all our viewers, our supporters, and prayer warriors who have fought alongside us throughout the years. Shalom.
Shalom family, it's your brother Kazak, Shepherd's Watch, Shattered Paradise. In these last days, the Most High is definitely equipping his children with a whole new level of discernment and spiritual insight. And so that's why we're able to expose the fruitless deeds of darkness at a level where we've never been able to expose them before. Shattered Paradise is the ministry we use to blow the trumpet, and Shepherd's Watch will be the ministry we use to actually provide shelter for the sheep, places and sanctuaries that are suitable for us to raise our families in these last days.
Good morning, this is Brother Ahmad with Shepherd's Watch Ministry, just like to introduce myself to you today.
Shalom family, my name is Jamel Hargrove, and I just wanted to make a video to introduce myself and also chronicle the process that we have going on down here in Georgia with the community that we're building. I have joined with them and the Shepherd's Watch community, and there's another 182 acres right across the street.
Hallelujah! If you would like to support our community building efforts, please feel free to join our Shepherd's Watch Community Support Team tier. The links are in the description box below. Thank you for your support.
While Google, Sony Music, Atlantic, Capitol Records have been promoting non-stop degeneracy, murder, and death on a song, there are artists who refuse to sell their souls and compromise the gifts that the Most High has given them. You won't find these artists trending on YouTube or any New World Order social media platform because they represent the real, authentic struggle. Faith, love, and obedience to Abba Yah. One of these such artists is Dimitri Pruitt, Anuiyahu.
Tell the Abba I'm seeking replacement. Ever brand new heart for me, Abba truly awakened. Mirror talk, can I look in the mirror and face him? Is that reflection that I see, can you help me erase him? These are my questions that I have for you, Abba, I'm pleading. My quiet place with you, Abba, broken and weeping. You correct me when I'm wrong, Abba, spiritual cleaning. Giving charge to your angels, protecting me sleeping. Although I do not see them, Abba, fulfilling your purpose. I'm so grateful, anything else is truly disservice to you, Abba. Reading stories of men who walk perfect, and I'm looking at myself, can deny that I'm nervous. Ball up like a baby, I'm seeking you early. Pleading with you, I ain't done nothing good to deserve you. This is true, so I'm trusting you, keeping me sturdy. This foundation that you build, I will stand on it. Told her, Abba, I'm indebted, and I'm never gonna forget it. You're my fortress and protection, yes, my whole life. So happy that I said it, and I'm always gonna confess it. Through to you, you my blessing, yes, my only life.